from your local news leader. This is KQ2's Live at 5.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Joseph Williams in for Mary Grace Rice. And we'll send it over to Chief Meteorologist Mike Graciano with a look at our first forecast. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Joseph. And to be an understatement to say there's a lot going on, but there is a lot going on. And today we started round one. Round one was just basically dealing with some rain that was coming in, a few areas of some pockets of some heavier rainfall. And as we take a look at what's going on with our Reed Auto Plaza, we are still in that round one of rain. Because the storm system itself is still back out to the west of us. So we'll have the rain off and on for the early evenings, but then we're going to be watching this. These are very strong winds out to the west of us. Dodge City just had a wind gust of 68 miles an hour. Concordia had a wind gust of up to 55 miles an hour. So for us right now, well, the wind gusts aren't too bad. 7 mile an hour here in St. Joseph Avenue City at 7. But look, already starting to see the winds pick up. Rockport, 33 mile an hour. Falls City, 29. Hiawatha, 31. We're pointing this out because the winds are really going to be the big story here as we go through the next 48 hours. So the winds, gusts up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. Our visibility is going to become poor once the snow moves in, and road conditions aren't going to be the greatest as we head towards Wednesday morning. And we got to watch out for maybe some power outages across the area. We'll show you where the storm is and where it's going, all coming up in just a few minutes. Joseph?
All right, thanks, Mike. Well, a few traffic updates for you this evening. The Missouri Department of Transportation is scheduled to begin roadside work at Cook Road Bridge on Wednesday. Traffic on the bridge will be narrowed to one lane. MoDOT says they will secure rocks at the east end of the bridge that were originally placed as an erosion control measure in 2024. The work is scheduled from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and is expected to be completed by Thursday. Resurfacing work is scheduled to start on Route 116 in Buchanan and Clinton counties on March 10th. MoDOT has contracted Herzog Contracting Corp. to resurface the section of Route 116 from U.S. Route 169 to U.S. Route 59 near Rushville. Crews will overlay pavement in 2-mile sections beginning at the intersection of Route 116 and Route 169 in Clinton County and work eastward to Rushville. During construction, the roadway will be narrowed to one lane and a pilot car will guide motorists through the work zone. Well, some students from Troy Middle School got involved in the community today. KQ2 Sam Rowe has the story.
I'm here in Atchison, Kansas at the Salvation Army, where on Tuesday a group of students from Troy Middle School made a very generous donation. For them, it's all about helping the homeless population in our local communities and inspiring more young people to get involved.
Yay!
The students put together bags containing essentials for people living on the streets.
We put bags together for the homeless in Atchison, and
there's a lot of things in the bag.
There's a lot of things.
There's like 16 or 17 things in here. There's blankets, there's hats, there's gloves, there's food, there's stuff like that.
Toothbrushes.
Like hygiene stuff. All kinds of stuff.
They got the funding for the project with a grant from Mosaic.
We went to Empower U and got a grant there, and we decided to look online for places that were like homeless shelters that needed stuff.
The girls felt like homelessness was an important issue because of its prevalence in the community.
We just see a lot of homeless people like around St. Joe and other areas like that, and just feel like they need help, and they're people too. If you see someone in need, then just don't be afraid to reach out and help them.
The students donated to the Salvation Army in Atchison due to the city's lack of facilities for the homeless.
I get really sad when I see homeless people like on the street, and I always want to help them, but sometimes you just can't help them.
Not everyone is as fortunate as kids that get to go to school.
And for their teacher, she's proud of the students for getting involved.
They took the initiative to step forward and really help the people that are in need in our area, and come to a community that really doesn't always get the help, and so know that we are very fortunate for our area.
Altogether, the girls put together 50 bags for the homeless population in Atchison. Reporting in Atchison, Sam Rowe, KQ2 News.
Awesome. Well, we'll have more from Empower You on this story in the upcoming days. President Trump is addressing a joint session of Congress tonight, his first address since returning to the White House. The address comes as new tariffs take effect against products from Canada, Mexico, and China. ABC's Christiane Cordero is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Tonight, President Trump addresses the nation with a full House and Senate seated together in the Capitol. His speech the same day sweeping new tariffs take effect on goods from Mexico, Canada, and China, expected to increase prices at grocery stores, gas stations, and car dealerships. The three countries account for almost half of all products shipped to the U.S. last year.
He is rapidly going to find out, as American families are going to find out, that that's going to hurt people on both sides of the border. Americans will lose jobs.
Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau today countered with 25% tariffs on certain American goods, prompting a response from Trump calling Trudeau the governor of Canada. In a social media post adding, quote, "When he puts a retaliatory tariff on the U.S., our reciprocal tariff will immediately increase by a like amount."
It is now estimated that the average American family in 1 year will pay $2,700 more because of the Trump tariffs.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, who will be seated behind Trump during tonight's address, is doubling down on the tariffs.
As the president said, just have a little patience with this, let it play out, see how it develops, and I think at the end of the day, America's going to be better off.
The president is also expected to address the U.S.'s support for Ukraine as the administration announced a freeze on all military aid to Ukraine following that explosive meeting in the Oval Office last week. Vice President Vance today said the freeze was meant to send a clear message.
The Ukrainians have got to come to the table and start negotiating with President Trump.
Ukrainian President Zelensky says he's willing to return to negotiations, adding, quote, "We must find the strength to move forward." Also in the House chamber tonight, Elon Musk, whose Department of Government Efficiency has been slashing the federal workforce. Some fired federal workers will be in the room too, invited by Democrats. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
With President Trump set to deliver his speech tonight, Missouri Lieutenant Governor David Wasinger gave a preview for the night. Wasinger was saying Trump's remarks will highlight the administration's accomplishments at home and abroad, ongoing efforts to strengthen the economy, the urgent need for additional border security funding, and his vision for achieving peace around the world. Here in Missouri, agriculture is a top industry, with corn and soybeans being two of the main crops. Senator Eric Schmidt appearing on ABC News today saying that American farmers are tired of getting ripped off by countries around the world. With the tariffs, he believes that there are two goals: equalizing a trade imbalance and stopping fentanyl from entering the northern border. President Trump telling farmers on Truth Social to have fun with the tariffs.
Bright red and rural America voted for President Trump because he's standing up for them. President Trump is entering into a game here of a negotiation to try to bring this thing down, to bring costs down, and also to be treated fairly. So the farmers that I represent in Missouri are tired, like I said, like most Americans, of getting ripped off by so many countries around the world.
Schmidt writing on X today that the State of the Union is already getting stronger under Trump's leadership, and it's critical the Senate continue to deliver on his agenda. Missouri State Representative Wick Thomas has introduced a bill that would repeal language in Missouri law that prohibits the recognition of same-sex marriages. House Bill 1459 aims to remove provisions that define marriage exclusively as a union between a man and a woman. Missouri statutes contain provisions that declare same-sex marriage invalid. House Bill 1459 would repeal these policies. Missouri Senator Maggie Nurenburn has sponsored Senate Bill 710, which would authorize Clay County to establish a county sports complex authority. With the Chiefs and Royals potentially looking for new stadiums to call home, the purpose of the authority would be to develop and maintain sports, convention, exhibition, and trade facilities. When we come back on Live at 5, St. Joseph residents may start to see an increase in fees at certain locations after the City Council passed a new ordinance. Stay with us. We'll be right back after a break. Welcome back. You will see a fee increasing coming soon as the St. Joseph City Council passed a bill for first reading at Monday night's City Council meeting. An ordinance to increase swimming pool admission fees and Fairview Golf Course greens fees was passed at the first reading at Monday night's St. Joseph City Council meeting. The city's Assistant Parks Director Jeff Atkins explains the fee increase.
With the increase in minimum wage, our wages are going to have to go up for the employees that we hire for the pools, for the golf course, for our concessions, for everything. So to try to recapture some of that increase, we're going to have to raise our fees. It won't be a total wash on that, but that's just try to help to eat some of that increase in the minimum wage going up.
The final reading for the fee increase will be at the next City Council meeting March 17th.